Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be planting some of these mini potatoes or fingerling potatoes. I'm going to be doing some in grow bags. I also have some red potatoes that sprouted. I'm going to be planting those directly in the bed. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact process I use in planting, the exact soil I use, and any amendments that I use while planting potatoes. Okay, so let's get started. First, let's talk about the soil that I'm going to be using. So I have in this wheelbarrow a mixture of multiple things. I added some plain garden soil, some organic garden soil that I got at a nursery that's close by. It's called Simply Organic. So I think I have like a bag of organic garden soil. I have half a bag of mushroom compost, and I have I would say maybe 1/3 bag of earthworm castings. So that's the soil that I have here. Also, I had multiple potted plants that had already died, but it had soil in it. So just to make up the soil, I literally emptied all the soil from containers that I had throughout the garden, emptied it, everything here. I added, I would say, I added some vermiculite. I didn't really measure it. I just put some vermiculite on it to lighten it up, and also added a few handfuls of azomite because I had azomite. So basically, I added everything that I had in the garden. You want to make sure you have. Oh, and most importantly, I added a little bit of chicken bedding. You can see a chicken feather here and some of the bedding. I added some bedding, and I just kind of raked up some soil from around the chicken run area, because even if you just rake up the soil, guys, the soil is just so black and rich. You can see some of this is like some of the soil that's mixed in. So I kind of just basically added everything. Of course, you may not have all this. You can just take a bag, just get a bag of good organic garden soil, potting soil, depending on where you're planting, or raised bed soil. You can start with that. So potatoes need potassium to grow, right? In order to form nice sized tubers, you need some kind of potassium in the soil. So I don't, you can add your potash. Like for instance, the last time I grew my potatoes, I think I'd already had a lot of ash in my wood burning fireplace inside. So if you have a fire pit, a wood burning fireplace, you can use the ashes because that's pure potassium. So when you hear a pot ash, it's actually potassium. So that's actually perfect for this. However, you don't really need the potassium until later in the growing season. So you can actually add your potassium as you see the plants begin to grow and when you know they're starting to form tubers. What is important now at this stage is nitrogen. Of course, all the minerals are important, but you want to get that initial growth, the initial leafy development, in order, because you need leaves, you need photosynthesis in order for the potatoes to grow. So by me adding that chicken manure in here, or the chicken bedding, it's not in a high quantity, but there is chicken manure, chicken bedding in here. I'm gonna do the bags first. So I have a couple grow bags here. I believe these may be 10, 15 gallon bags. I'm not quite sure what size, but these are actually the exact bags that I grew my mini fingerling potatoes in last year, and they did extremely well. So I'm gonna do the same here. So this bag is, I would say, maybe 12 inches high, 12, 14 inches high. I'm gonna actually fill it 1/3 way. So with these kind of potatoes, guys, you want to kind of level up the soil as you go along. You want to plant the potatoes low and then level up the soil as you go along. So here you have it. The soil is about, I would say, 1/3 way, and soil is nice and rich, and it's loose enough, light enough for the plants to go through, for the roots to go through. As a matter of fact, if you think it's too heavy, what you can do is add some vermiculite. You can see I barely added any. So this is what we have for potatoes. I think I'm gonna put the purple in one, and any excess we have I'll put in the bed with the other red ones. So just spread these out a few inches apart. Make sure they're spaced out. You want to make sure the tubers have space to root and to spread out and grow. You want to get lots of tubers. So this is just a bag of potatoes that I got from the supermarket. These are the fingerling potatoes. Publix sells them, no, Aldi sells them, but these are just store-bought potatoes. Same thing here, five in each. I have different colors here. Let's put one more yellow. This yellow one isn't good, it's rotten, but I'll still stick it in the ground. Doesn't matter if it's rotten, it's gonna break down anyway. So here we go. Now we're gonna, on top of this, I'm gonna add about 3 inches of soil, and I'll watch it over the next week or two. You're gonna see these sprouts coming up through the soil. All right, there we have it. I put around 3 inches. I didn't measure it, guys, but I put about 3 inches of soil on top. And what's gonna happen, the sprouts are gonna come all the way through, and once the sprouts reach all the way to the top of this bag, then I'm gonna, or maybe like an inch over the bag, then I'm gonna fill it up with soil, keep it mulched, keep it moist. I'm gonna put these 2 bags over by the other bed where I'm growing potatoes, so I can remember to get them, to keep them watered. I'm gonna put some straw now on the top to keep the soil moist. The straw is light enough for the shoots to get through, right? So this is not gonna stop them in any way, but it will keep the moisture in. So I'm gonna mulch these, water these now, put them on the other side. And let me show you real quick how I repeat this process, but however, doing it directly in bed. All right, so we're over here by the bed. It's a 3x3 metal bed, metal raised bed, by 1 foot deep. The soil is basically all the way to the top. What I did was I added 4 shovel loads of the good soil that I just mixed in with the existing soil and mixed it in well. The soil had become a bit hydrophobic. That means it wasn't really holding any moisture, and of course if you're growing anything you need to be able to hold moisture and nutrients. So I mixed the good soil in so that the soil is rich and nutrient dense, and I'd already added a few bags of organic soil over the weekend to top it up, so this is just adding additional nutrients. So here are the red potatoes that I said that I had. You can see they're all already sprouted. I'm gonna be sticking in some onion starts, red and white onion starts, and then these are the fingerling potatoes. Some of them have kind of gotten a little bit soft. I'm not sure. These are probably gonna dissolve in the ground, especially this one. You know, probably dissolve before it grows, but hey, I'm just gonna stick it in there. Potatoes grow very well with multiple plants. You can grow potatoes with basil, with onions, with garlic, with spinach as a ground cover, nasturtiums. There's a whole bunch of different things you can grow potatoes with. So I like to intermix different things, and that's why you see me adding the onions. The onions will give a little protection. Plus we eat a lot of like green onions, so usually we just harvest the onions green. However, if we get bulbs, wonderful. All right, so what I'm going to do now is just spread the potatoes out, and I'm going to show you the difference in how I planted here versus in the bed. So first you want to spread them out same as you did before. Just make sure that you have space in between the potatoes so that they can grow and spread out. So I'm going to put the potatoes mainly towards the middle. I'm going to put the onions around the edges because, as I said, the onions offer protection. And plus, I don't want the potatoes to, when the greens to grow, I don't want them to kind of shade out the onions. So we're going to spread them out. Spread the potatoes out. And I'm going to leave the edges. All right, so what I'm doing here to plant these, I'm not going to top this up. As you can see, the bed is already 12 inches, but you want to get the potato down. I'm going to dig holes like about, this is a 6-inch space. This is actually the Hori Hori tool from Permaculture Life. Andre the farmer sells it on his Permaculture Life site. I'm just going to basically go through, dig the hole at least 5 inches deep, and then drop the potato eyes up. Okay. If the potatoes are bigger, you can cut them in two. Make sure you have at least 2 eyes per side. I'm not gonna worry too much about cutting the potato. If you do have like large potatoes that you want to separate, you cut them and then you let them scab over, let them heal at least, I would say, a day or two before you plant them. See, it's I got 5 inches deep and then I cover it. Here I spread them out across the soil, and now to kind of just lay out how I want it, I put my bulbing onions all along the edge. That is gonna offer additional protection. Not only that, but I want easy access to start eating the greens. We eat a lot of green onions, so we can enjoy the green onions while the potatoes develop. Also, I am planting for the first time yellow Granex onion bulb and some blue spice basil that I got some free seeds, and I have some Walla Walla onion bulbs. I mean seeds from seeds. My very first time growing onions from seeds. If I get bulbs, great. If not, it's fine because we eat a ton of. We do enjoy green onions. Plus, as I said, it's offering protection. All right, so let me just plant a couple more and show you. We're gonna go down 6 inches, at least 6 inches. I'm going down the whole width of the spade, the whole length of the spade, which is a 6-inch spade, going all the way down and planting the seed with the eyes pointing up, and we're gonna cover that over. And that's a good thing about laying them out in advance, so you can see after you plant, you can see where there's already something, so you don't plant in the same spot. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. You will see them as they grow. We will be growing our food together, guys. Go on out there and plant some potatoes or plant some onions. Let's do a couple onions. For the onions, I'm just going down maybe an inch or two, inch and a half, 2 inches, and planting it. Make sure you plant the onions with the side that the roots pointing down and the side like this pointing up. Right? Anyway guys, go on out there, do some planting. Till next time, bye now. I am so upset. This bag I bought, I don't know, I remember where I bought it. I bought it several months ago. The bag was completely empty and it's organic certified. So I know I paid good money for this seed of change. I think this is sold at Home Depot. But for some reason the bag was completely empty. I even cut it all the way open to see if maybe the seeds were just small. Not one seed. So that's very disappointing. So we're just gonna go with the yellow Granex onions and the other onions. Everything is planted. I'm gonna mulch now and water.